Hey guys, Bowsendorf876 here. Welcome to a new video. For those who don't know, this is my second channel where I cover mostly Smash related content. So in this video, I'm going to make my professional opinion 11.0 Smash tier list, basically. This is going to be entirely my opinion, so I would love to hear what y'all think. Sorry about that, but just making it easier to hold. Okay, so, our first real character on here is Banjo-Kazooie. I'm just going to go in the order that they have these. Banjo-Kazooie, I think, is mid-tier. Now, again, this is coming from the perspective of someone that understands a little bit about competitive Smash, but not a whole lot. So, excuse my opinions about that. I think he's got some decent camping game, from what I've seen. I don't know, I've never actually played Banjo-Kazooie, so I can't say this with the best of opinion, but based on what I've seen, Wonder Wing is completely busted. Like, that move is just ridiculous. And I won't be putting echoes in here. Bayonetta, as much as I hate Bayonetta, I think she's upper mid-tier. Actually mid-tier, to be honest. Like, I know she was newer from like Smash 4, which I never played really, but from what I've seen in like Eat Smash compilations and whatnot, like Bayo can have some like crazy zero to death combos, but Bayo also has some weaknesses, I feel like. Bowser, high tier, and I'm not just saying this because he's my main. Kind of I am, but not primarily. I personally think that Bowser's ledge trapping game is ridiculous. He can mix up his recovery options. He's super strong, and he's definitely the best heavy in the game. So then we have Bowser Jr. here. I think Bowser Jr. is... I think top of mid tier, honestly. I'm gonna put Bayonetta above Banjo, because this is ordered, by the way. Bowser Jr. I feel like can have some really interesting combo game, as a really interesting combo game and good projectile game. But it can mix up his recovery options quite a bit, or at least a little bit, not quite a bit. That'd be a bit of an overstatement, but yeah, that's where I'm putting Bowser Jr. Byleth, you know, just because of the way that I've seen MKLeo play, like, I would normally probably put him in mid-tier, but just because of the way I've seen MKLeo play, I'm going to put him in upper mid-tier. I think he's got a lot of range, and that can definitely help him in certain matchups. But for example, he might struggle against a character, say like Wolf, for example, or like Fox, or other similar rushdown characters who would be able to get in and like combo him super easily. Captain Falcon, see, I've debated on this, and I've seen like tier lists that put him in mid-tier, tier lists that put him in high tier. He's not top tier. He's not top tier, definitely not. And to be honest, I gotta put him in high tier as well. I don't think above Bowser, but like just based on like Fatality, like Fatality's doing amazing at the offline events that he's going to. Nick C's also been doing really well with Captain Falcon, even though I think Fatality is better than Nick C. Like, Fatality just makes and they just make Falcon look busted, and especially after all the buffs he's gotten in previous updates. So Chrom, like, can I move it? There we go. Top of high tier. Sorry if the camera was lacking there. I think Chrom, and to be honest, I know this is a bit out of order here, but Chrom and Roy, I believe that personally, they're right beside each other on the tier list. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think there's a gap between the two. I don't think one is clearly better. I think they both have their strengths and weaknesses. With Chrom, he obviously has a worse recovery, but Roy obviously requires better spacing and is more powerful, but Chrom can do better like air-to-air things. So honestly, I just believe they're completely equal. And they're literally pretty much equal in high tier at that point. So that's the only other time I'm going to go out of order here. Cloud, I also think is a high tier, but to be honest, I gotta put him above Bowser. Like, with representatives like Koa and Spargo, like, they make Cloud look crazy. Like, Limit can be very, very powerful, and he has just a lot of options. His back air is super strong. His forwarder and downer can spike stupid early, as well as kill really early. You know, he's got a decent projectile with his neutral B. And then finishing touch is just a weird move because of all the knockback it has. So yeah, that's why I think Cloud is high tier. Corrin, sorry about that. Corrin, let me think. I think right there, mid tier. I don't think Corrin is as particularly bad as some people. I'm actually gonna move Banjo to lower mid and put Corrin in there too. I honestly think that I think Corrin is like a good sword character, but just like he's a bit slow than a lot of other swordies, and to be honest, he's just like not as viable as other swordies. But I don't think he's like low tier, and not nearly as bad as people say he is. So we gotta skip all these. Diddy Kong, that is in, can I move it up there? Okay, sorry about that. I'm just gonna slowly move Diddy Kong to the top here. Diddy Kong is ridiculous. Like, Diddy Kong is honestly a crazy character. Like, if you've watched even one set of Tweak or like Aaron Diddy Kong, like, the potential for Diddy Kong is insane, and even though I don't really know much about the character. So moving to the other monkey, we have Donkey Kong, and to be completely honest, I think didn't mean to do that. I think that Donkey Kong is upper mid tier. And the reason I think that is because I think that he's got, well, actually, you know what? I'll put him behind Byleth, actually. I think Donkey Kong is upper mid tier because he has crazy aerials, and yes, he is a heavy, but as heavies go, he's got some pretty good stuff. He's very strong. He has like 4 spikes, which is absolutely stupid. Yeah, I think he's got some pretty good stuff. Dr. Mario is going to be, you know what? Probably the first bottom tier of this video. I think that Dr. Mario is absolutely horrible. He's literally just a much worse Mario. Like, his cape is weirder, he has a far worse recovery, and he's much slower. Has like less kill options and whatnot. I just think he's a downright terrible character, honestly. Duck Hunt I will put in, you know what, right in mid tier. I've seen, Duck Hunt's camping game is odd to play against. It can be kind of devastating, but like if you manage to get in on Duck Hunt, then his kind of whole game falls apart. But I've seen like some good Duck Hunts do some cool stuff. So Duck Hunt's a perfect mid-tier character to me. Falco, I think he's above Bowser, personally. Falco's combo ability is absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion, just my personal opinion. He has so many options for just devastating zero-to-death combos that can just rack up percents like that. Like, I'm stubbing my fingers just like that. Like, he can rack up damage percents so fast. It's honestly crazy. Fox, I think, is... I put him above Diddy. There we go. I think Fox is at the top of high tier right now until we get other characters in here. I think, I don't think he's top tier, but I think Fox is an extremely good character. He's extremely fast. He has very, very good combos, especially after the buffs he gets. He has, like, I think the fastest, if not the fastest, then like the second or third fastest, something like that, airspeed in the entire game. His ground speed is also good. It's not perfect, but it's good. And yeah, he's just a crazy good character. And light makes him look godlike, honestly. So, most people put Ganon in bottom tier. I think he's a low tier. Not a bottom tier, because yes, he is a heavy, and he's like one of the slowest characters in the game. And he has a terrible recovery. But like, Rickles makes him look good. There's other good Ganondorfs, I guess. And like his Nair is really good, and like he's super strong as well. So that's why I'm putting him in low tier and not bottom tier. Greninja, I also think is high tier. Probably above Bowser. He has like really solid movement. He's super fast on the ground and decently fast in the air. He has crazy good moves and combos and like multi-hits that, like, his up air can like do ladder combos and whatnot across platforms. And yeah, he can be a good character. As I say that, I need to make a new tier, actually. Just bear with me just for a second here. Okay, we've gotten that out of the way. Okay, so let me explain a little bit. So, I think that Hero is one of the most inconsistent characters in the game. He can sometimes look like a high tier, and sometimes look like a low tier, to be completely honest. I think that he completely deserves his own entire tier. because he has so much RNG in his moves, like specials he gets with his down B, and like whether he gets crits on smash attacks or not. Like, he is the most like completely RNG character in the entire game. Now, being a swordie, he is somewhat consistent, but like everything else is simply RNGs. That's why I'm putting him in his own tier, to be honest. Like, he just deserves his own tier. Ice Climbers, I'm gonna put it at the top of, actually, bottom of upper mid, I think. Ice Climbers can be weird, and obviously their brain dead gameplay is spin to win, but like, people like Big E and whatnot, do crazy, like, I don't even know what it's called, like, all the ridiculous Ice Climber combo setups that can just be, like, instant, like, 0 deaths, or, like, crazy damage rack ups. So that's why I think that, he's upper mid, at least. Ike, I'm gonna put Ike at the top of upper mid as well. You see people like Yez and Raven King do really well with him. Obviously, Nair is like 90% of his gameplay because it leads into a lot of his combos. His Nair is completely busted. However, his recovery admittedly is better than Chrom's, but I don't think Ike is better than Chrom, not by a long shot. Yeah, I think he's solid. He is a heavy, so he does have that factor of sometimes being comboed. But yeah, I think Ike is a pretty good character. Incineroar, we get to our second low tier of the day. Incineroar is the slowest character in the game, and he has a horrible recovery and like some of the worst like aerial speed in the game, I think. Something like that. I don't know, I haven't looked at like the stats on like Smash Ultimate Frame Data or whatever it's called. So yeah, he's the slowest runner in the game. He has like also pretty bad airspeed as well. Just trying to adjust the camera right. I don't think he's very viable. Obviously, SkyJ has been doing decent with him, but I think that's about the only notable Incineroar I've actually seen do anything interesting. Otherwise, I don't think he's that great of a character. Yeah, he just has, like, a lot of things limiting him. Who do we have next? Inkling. Okay. I'm gonna put Inkling right here. I think Inkling has some crazy potential. And like can do extremely well offline. Obviously her dash is like the trickiest thing ever. She has a good recovery. Her back air is really good. Her fair is really good. Her throws are also good. You know, her ink mechanic allows for the side B to bury, which I absolutely hate that move. And then there's the property of like ink dealing more damage and whatnot. So Inkling is just a very unique character and also very good in my opinion. Straight down to low tier, we have, actually, you know what? I think Isabelle, no, low tier. Isabelle's low tier, not bottom tier. I think Isabelle is, low tier purely because of the fact that, just a less good villager. Granted, the fishing rod leads to some really BS kills at super early percents, but like, I don't know. I just feel like Villager is a better character in general, and also I hate Isabelle. So now we come... Ooh, our first top tier of the video, that's going to be Joker. Like, no questions, Joker is top tier. I don't even need to explain why Joker is top tier. And then straight into low tier here, low tier city here. We have Jigglypuff. I'm so tempted to put Jigglypuff in bottom tier, but just because of how like people like HBox and like Deku Meister do with Jigglypuff, then like I can't do it. I think Jigglypuff is way too floaty. She's like the second lightest character in the game. She has like terrible specials that none of them really work. And she just has a rough time with a good majority of the cast. So Ken, and I guess I might as well get Ryu in here too. I think that both of them, to be completely honest, are probably here. Where's Ken at? I'll put Ken above Ryu because he's faster and just has some better things. I think both of them have completely busted combos, but not amazing recovery options. But yeah, the combo potential of the Shotos is crazy. So next is King Dedede, and in my personal opinion, I think that King Dedede is a no, I think King Dedede is at the top of lower mid. I think King Dedede has some things. He's got the Gordo and whatnot. He's got a decent recovery, but at the end of the day, his aerials are pretty slow, and his other specials aren't amazing. But he can do some stuff, which is why he definitely gets a buff online, so that's why I put him there. K-Rool, I will put at the bottom of mid tier. You know, people like Kirby Kid and like Ben Gold in the offline era making him look crazy. I don't think he's like bottom 10. I think he's got a decent projectile game, but he also is extremely heavy. But he's also got all the super armor as well, which makes him like it just makes him beat out a lot of moves, which can be like life or death sometimes. He also has a decent recovery, but it can be gimped somewhat. There we go. Kirby, I'm going to put at the I'm gonna change my placement of Banjo to like, this website is finicky as heck, dude. Okay, I'm gonna put Banjo there, and then Dedede. I'm gonna put Kirby here because I feel like there are some things that Kirby can do, like zero death setups, but also Kirby's really floaty. Kirby is also an extremely light character and has really slow airspeed and okay ground speed, but also doesn't have very good specials, and is just not the most viable character in my opinion. Yeah, that's why I put Kirby there. He is cute though. Link, in my personal opinion, I think that Link is high tier. But where? I think, just behind, Link's a tricky one for me. I'm gonna put him just above Greninja, but not above Falco. I think I think Link has great combo game, some really difficult tech with, his Ronald Bomb can be a super tricky projectile to deal with, and can be used for like insane ledge traps and whatnot. He can use it to recover and whatnot. He also has an amazing Nair, like wolf type Nair as well. Yeah, I think he's like crazy good character, but he's tougher to rank. I'm gonna be making part 2 at some point to this. This is just part 1 for now. See you guys.